Okay guys, so welcome back.
Welcome back.
Alright,
Kita tamu yang istimewa.
tamu istimewa hari ni.
Sorry, kutuk carrier je.
Mau kutuk Carragher.
Tak konteks Carragher.
Carragher legend lah.
Yeah, legend.
Dia legend, yes. He is. No one is.
He's a legend, but
Betul.
limited a bit lah.
Okay, so we got today two special guests from Liverpool fan club.
Yep. Liverpool fan club in Malaysia. There's actually 3 official fan club in Malaysia.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's All Reds Malaysia.
Right.
Okay, that's whole of Malaysia.
Okay.
And then there are the KAH KAH KAH, untuk KL Saja.
Okay.
That's also Borneo Reds.
Oh, okay.
Borneo Reds. They're based in Sabah, but
Dekat
Borneo lah. So
yeah.
it's like territorial,
Mhm.
right? So Borneo they the whole of Malaysia cover, right? KAH 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 is supposed to be untuk KL Saja,
Mhm.
right? So how it came about? We used to be in an independent Liverpool supporters club called My Rock,
Okay.
right?
This is before all these 3 clubs, is it?
Before all this.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so
You guys
my
were the
rock.
OGs lah.
Huh?
You guys were like the
No.
pioneers.
Don't refer to it that way.
Jangan ribut je.
Budak-budak sekarang suka sikit OG, sikit
Siapa
OG.
lah tahu.
I mean, like, it's not wrong because it came before, but no, don't regard it that way.
Back then ada LSCM.
LSCM. So when I was in uni, LSCM was doing the official watch parties.
Okay.
They were official.
Liverpool Supporters Club Malaysia, LSCM.
Then something happened. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
privy to the info.
Okay.
Then they became KAH 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 now,
Oh,
right?
okay.
At that time, we met the people from
Mhm.
in Genting actually for Ian Rush punya appearance.
Wow,
dekat
okay.
Genting. At that time, I forgot what match. I remember Torres scored 2 goals. So anyway, so these boys they went up to Genting. So we met and then we kept in touch. Then at that time we had a member of My Rock that's very vocal, new to internet maybe. So he search, he send email, he do that. He's a good strategist, and somehow he struck up a good relationship with the club. Emails and all that, and that as it went on, the people from wanted to set up the Liverpool Supporters Club official.
Mhm.
So Bert and me, we sat down. I was president at that time, so we sat down and then we sort of like, okay, contact email kat me, we will do, and then they got the official status. And now, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on the numbers. I know that the memberships are in the thousands.
Okay.
Viewing parties, it's still at the port. There is you can check out all socials obviously if you want to join us.
Mhm.
I know they do futsal, they do football, they do family days.
Mhm.
I say they because I rarely join them.
I see.
Dah tua.
Yeah.
Dah tua. So it's like sit at the couch. I do go for match. It's just like like how they say like kalau jono datang ni kena beli nombor.
Wow.
Wow. Kena beli nombor.
Okay.
Barang dia.
Is there a membership? Yearly membership?
Yes, that's a yearly membership. It's about 100 ringgit if I'm not mistaken. And these boys, okay, I tell you, they put in the effort. Okay, they will get you a T-shirt, a lanyard, a pen, or whatever that is premium, and they put it in a nice presentation box, which I always tell them,
Wow.
korang ni tak ada kerja lain. Tak dalam kotak cantik-cantik, and they send all over Malaysia. So postage and all that. I know there's a WhatsApp group that you have to be invited to be in,
Okay.
where there's announcement of batch viewing. Last season they actually did something very, very cool. So before every Liverpool match, in the big WhatsApp group, there's prediction,
Okay.
right? Exact score. And so me not wanting to win anything, me and a couple of them always put score yang gila-gila. 5-6 12-1 just to saja lah.
Saja kan.
Because you actually win prizes.
Yeah, I mean like Saja dah gurau skor gila-gila kan, like you wouldn't think 12-1 7-0 boleh jadi, but you know, sometimes it happens, you know.
Yeah.
Which was what happened to one of the committee members.
Sorry guys, I had to.
He's like, we were like, he's like,
That was the best.
aku saja letaklah 7-0. Mana tahu dia keluar?
For the
Yeah, he won something. I was like, hello Jono, aku tak tahu macam mana. So
Jokes aside, that is not a disrespect, because
betul.
we, like for me especially, like growing up watching Liverpool versus United kan, I will never put a 7-0. You know, we want to win badly, but you know, in a prediction punya sense macam not with disrespect macam tu.
do you know where was I during the match? I remember it till now. I was working. At that time, I was consulting an energy drink that wants to get into with local football. So what happened in Terengganu? That day Terengganu lawan Kelantan United.
Of course I follow game.
Aku macam lama tak lawan Kelantan ni. So pergi stadium, dah menang.
Lama juga dia orang tak dapat gaji.
Cerita lain.
That's a story.
Sorry guys. Gurau serius.
Okay, game. So I went and call friends and all that. Okay, there's this dodgy, unlicensed pub. Don't ask me. I won't tell you. Right? So went in there, tak ada astro. Tapi yang illegal lah, dia ada yang broadcaster yang illegal lah. Right? So went in there, dah lah internet dia tak cantik. I was like, oh, hey bro, you sure 5 already ah? And then he was looking at his phone. Got more coming. I was sitting there, I was like,
Kan ada delay.
Yeah.
I was like, don't tell me anything. So I was watching, really 6. And then he just so, I said, don't say anything. So I thought it's going to be 6-1. So when the 7th went in, I just sat there, I just go like,
Dia pegang kepala.
Serious weh?
I was speechless. In all our time supporting, we kena bantai 4-0. The 4-1, we won away at Old Trafford. Macam
itu barang rare.
damn proud, right?
Aurelio, Dosena, Torres,
Torres,
Gerrard. Betul lah, Aurelio third goal the free kick.
Dosena.
And then Dosena ada.
Yeah. And Ronaldo scored from a penalty first.
Yeah, because
that for us, that's like bangga gila.
Because
bangga gila babi.
Yeah, because we waited 4 years for that to happen. Because
And
after Rafa came over,
And then for us to go to Old Trafford to win 5-0.
was like, benda ni tak jadilah. Menang tu okey lagi, 1-0, 2-1, 5-0 in the way we did.
And then we sort of like tarik handbrake 60th minute.
Exactly.
If
The fact that you can
watch the match,
you can see that they pulled the handbrake because especially when Pogba got the red for the Naby Keita foul, which he
wasn't in it. He just doesn't want to.
yeah, he just wants. Regardless, you can tell. Okay, then they pull back. So like going into the 7, sama aku speechless macam kau sebab the media hype going into that match was like, yeah, everybody can see it.
No,
we can start.
We kena bantai.
No, exactly, because you can see Ten Hag macam I think they started figuring out how to play under Ten Hag.
Correct.
You kind of everybody felt it. Every club, cuma sama ada kau benci United banyak mana tak kisah. But you will go like, yeah, I think this club is slowly getting there and the signs are showing. So we'll go like, you know what? If we win, it's going to be one of those 2-1s or that 1-0s, or it could just be like a 1-1, very hard fought.
Like celebrate.
And then
I sat there in this illegal pub, just sitting there, just go like, what just happened? It is one of those things where you go like,
betul.
am I dreaming?
Yeah.
That baru beat Kelantan United.
Kita
Two
United
big rivals, right? And I was like, what is going on? It's. I do buy 7-Up and give to my friends. Right?
But it was somewhat.
I didn't.
It was somewhat sad, no?
Nah, not for me lah.
7-0.
No,
United
because
was
this is interesting because there are precedents to this kind of score lines, right? The 6-1, City to United to Arsenal.
Kita kena 8.
8-2.
8-2.
It was sad for us lah.
No, so the precedents were there. So like when those results happen, I just immediately shut down sebab macam I wouldn't know how that felt because during our depths in the 30 years,
But also,
we never got like
That kind of score.
you don't get that kind of scoreline.
normally when this kind of scoreline happens, something would have happened. There would have been a red card,
A red card
a
here or
couple of
there.
penalties.
Betul.
Yeah, or like macam, and then Gerrard did not play, Alonso
things
did not
like
play,
that, you
Reina
know.
did not play,
You
Rafa
have to
was
play
not there.
Half a
Like
team
the
is
8-2, we
used.
had an injury depleted squad.
Yeah.
You play your under 19
Something
or
like that, yeah.
you know.
No, because a senior football team wouldn't
You can't.
you don't let that happen.
You
Yeah.
have an excuse to hide behind. It's like,
Yeah.
my right back is
Yeah.
a 13-year-old boy. Then the keeper is a girl. Things like that, right? But this is like full strength.
What happened?
Yeah, and then you got. It's just like masa Germany, Brazil kena dengan
Yeah.
Germany.
Yeah, exactly.
Good point.
Yeah, wait,
It's like that.
and then like you have to objectively look at both the losing teams. Like they are not that bad, and were they playing poorly? Not really.
They were going to score.
Yeah.
They were
Before we scored the first goal, they were going to
They
score.
were threatening. It's more likely to be 0-2 down to them in the first 30-40 minutes.
Which is always the case.
Or 20. If you go rewatch the game,
Yeah.
they were threatening. There's 2-3.
They had moments like
Yeah.
moments that on another day like between me and him, we lived long enough to see those moments. Yep, it became a goal. So we know like selamat tak goal. But if this happens again, then we know it's going to be a pattern,
Yeah.
and then it's just a matter of time. But
And then something they just crumble.
yeah,
They just crumble. I don't know. It's like
Because I would say it's a new squad with Ten Hag, and then they
I
haven't faced
I
that
don't
kind.
know. I don't know. Like
That's an
I don't know.
No,
I
but
don't
they
know.
haven't faced that kind of like.
And they just won
Challenge.
the Carabao some more. They were like on the high.
I mean, they.
yeah, but
Oh,
then
bila dia menang Carabao, it's not a Mickey Mouse Cup, wah.
It is.
Start of an era.
Started already.
Start of an era.
Start.
Oh, dah start lah.
Saja gerak.
No,
For me, it is still Mickey
the
Mouse.
thing is this. Like we said, we do not hate United fans, but it seems that there's always one rule for them. If they win the Carabao or League Cup or Milk Cup, you guys will remember it. Coca-Cola Cup, so many names,
Carling
right?
Cup.
It's a league
Worthless cup.
Worthington.
Yeah, worthless cup. Yeah, for 1 year, 2 years. Yeah. It was branded the Worthington Cup.
So when they win it, it's a cup. When anyone else win it,
It's
Mickey Mouse Cup.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, oh, come on. Dude.
So I don't engage in these banters because I get it. Because it's not
Okay.
about the club per se. It's not about the loyalty. It's like it doesn't matter what the color of your badge is. Mine is different from yours. We have a backstory, and it's just that kind of thing, lah.
Yeah.
And on some days I just go like, we are not even Mancunians. We're not even Liverpoolians.
Betul.
Like, you can chill. But
Betul.
if you subscribe to that tribalism and then you macam gila-gila, and then that defines you so much to the point that you are depressed and you are down, then macam, wow. I mean, like, I respect your fandom, tapi macam,
Why?
yeah,
Why?
exactly. And I watch my late United father is that person, but he grew up in a totally different age, so it's not comparable. Faham tak? Where
You know someone
in a
like
time
that?
in a
You know what I'm talking about.
in a time where you know that the news of a football club is the next best thing in your day because there's nothing
but
else in your
back
day.
In those days, there's nothing.
Nothing, exactly. So kalau orang macam dia,
Movie pun tak banyak.
exactly.
Dekat cinema.
Yeah, tak ada entertainment, tak ada ni. So bila orang macam dia grew up like that and United draws, not even lose draws, game ada lagi 7 minit ni, dia tukar channel.
Oh wow.
Dia tukar channel and he will not speak on Mondays and Tuesdays. So somebody like him growing up from the time that he was, I get it. And dia tak ada banter dengan orang, tak ada social media nak kena kutuk member ke apa benda ke. But now it's different. So I cannot use that to approximate. Jadi kadang-kadang macam, is it really about the football or is it macam you just tak nak kalah, tak nak kena kutuk So of course if
Glory
it's like
hunter.
exactly. So if it's like, for example, this is your neighbor, this is your classmate, so that you have that layer of friendship on already. On top of that layer, why do you have to support United? Then it just adds to that. So is it really the football though? Faham tak?
Nowadays it's filled with Twitter football.
So another layer.
Nowadays it's fans. Again, I call them fans. It's like it's not about the football anymore. The
So much.
The discussion is about who should we buy. It's always I don't understand.
Agak annoying ah.
You can only play
Agak annoying.
11 players.
Betul.
18 in a squad, you know, you can have a overall squad of 80 players. I don't care, filled with who's who of football. You can only play 11.
11.
Betul.
Okay, put aside FFP, put aside all those things, but it seemed everyone's solution is like,
Beli
we should buy this
Money.
fella, we should buy that fella.
Yeah.
Ini
They-
semua
they-
ini semua
they-
salah John Mark Bosman ni. Cik, tak laga.
They don't know this. they will see a clip of one African player in whatever league. It's like,
Cool, this is the next.
yeah, he's the next so and so,
Ah, yeah.
right? When during our time, you know what our argument would be? Not who should buy. We should play this way.
Yeah.
We should play that way.
Yeah,
We should
kenapa-
move here.
Betul.
Yeah,
here,
Mamat
here.
ni ada kat bench. Why is this thing on the bench? You
Yeah.
know, or like why do you put Carragher like that? Or why do
This-
you put Gerrard? It's always
This
this.
constant argument was present with him and I during Arsenal's down period.
Oh,
We didn't have the money to buy
No
anyone.
money.
It was like, I think we should play Yo Miyachi up front. Or let's say, I think there was one 16-year-old kid who just joined us, right?
But you
Try
know-
him out.
See, that makes you a supporter rather
Yeah.
than a fan.
Yeah.
Especially if you come to that conclusion or that discussion by way of like maybe going to the forums and like listening to more sensible old heads
Yeah.
yang bukan entitled ke apa, because there are a lot of people like that. Lepas tu dia macam, okay, you know what, this is what Wenger was trying to do. Like, okay, aku nak segue kejap. Tadi masa Jono kata they met via My Rock and then they were the arm for the Liverpool club tu. So I met him I eventually got to meet him through football forums. So there's a very popular football forum locally based in Liverpool called Rock, Red and White Cop, RAWK. So My Rock is a bunch of Malaysians who frequent that forum, and then by way of somebody say some random thread and somebody
No,
commenting,
I'm talking about you.
by way of somebody in that thread saying, ha ha ha, I'm from Malaysia. 18-20 orang macam, Malaysia, where, who?
Oh.
Okay, so starting from there, of course this is an approximation lah.
Yalah,
Tapi
yalah,
macam by way of that, then
That's how you
they go, just go lepak, you know? Like, rather than randomly waiting for you to read your random comment in some random thread in Rock, let's just lepak and watch football together while also frequenting the
Oh,
forum.
not just that. Actually, bangga sikit lah.
Ah.
Okay, this was from my rock during that time. So I don't know why. Till today, I still don't know why. Jono president, right?
I can see why lah.
It was rigged, by the way. It was rigged.
Because you dive a lot.
Bert did his thing. Anyway, so at that time, it was during the time of blogs.
Yeah.
We had our own blogspot page where we write match reports, and it's not your typical, you know, this goal was scored, this pass and that part. We would analyze
Whatever we thought was analysis lah.
yeah.
But you know, but that is fandom lah.
and critique or praise when it's right. It's like, you know, how, you know, we were pressing them, how we were overloading them, or how we were dragging their players out of position, or we gonna drag out of position.
Yeah, stuff like that.
The scoreline, our match reports, the scoreline weren't important.
Yeah, I recall specifically when he mentions this. I recall specifically we drew one
You
all. Yeah,
wrote-
yeah.
You wrote that.
We drew one all with Arsenal. Risa scored the equalizer. It was at Highbury.
I got a text. I'm gonna write this one.
And then Risa scored the equalizer with a brilliant Gerrard through pass, a through pass that you have seen Emre Can do, a through pass that you've seen Alexander Arnold do. Outside of the right foot, from the right side of the half of the pitch onto the left, on an on-rushing Risa.
Or Henderson to Salah.
Anderson to Salah, yes. So it was an email thread. It wasn't even a blog. So they had a mailing list. So they bagi email tu. So this was like in the mid 2000s ke early
This was
2010s.
about 2004, 2005.
Something like that.
Okay.
So
2005, 2006.
no, this is basically just before Houllier got sacked. Yeah, just before Houllier got sacked. So and then they were like, the rest of the email thread was like doom and gloom and all that. So I saw some parts of Houlier's restructuring, very belated, from a tactical perspective, allowing Risa to bomb up while Murphy was tucking in and stuff like that, and then Gerrard having the ability to find those kind of runs. So I wrote like a very philosophical view of like, you know what, let's just look beyond this season and whatnot. And then, you know, people replied to that. It's like, okay, let's just chill down, alright? We drew 1-1 with Arsenal. We did not drew 1-1 with Wimbledon ke apa benda ke. So that was the kind of fandom, or rather supporterhood that we had, or we came from lah. So I don't know the Everton fans of Malaysia ke apa ke ada. I'm pretty sure they are in their own unique ways.
Yeah.
So but we came from there. So to the point that the My Rock main bola sama-sama. So we went for Sunday leagues together as a team. I tore my ACL there.
Oof.
He dove the most.
Too slow.
No, it was not that. It was actually.
He fancy himself as a DM.
Oh.
Tapi nobody passes. Everybody bloody boots the ball. Am I wrong? Kan? Dapat bola, semua orang nak jadi redknapp, semua orang nak jadi carrick, semua orang nak jadi
I
Gerrard.
never booted the ball.
Because you never got it.
No, I just ran out of space.
Dia workhorse lah.
Yeah. No, because it's Sunday league football, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was the kind of supporterhood we came out from. So we can only speak to that lah. So kita tak tahu ada culture macam tu ke tak. We wish that kind of culture is evident, is abundant in Malaysia for local football.
Yeah.
Because
proud of
we
that.
because we
I was
need
very
that
proud of
because we
that.
need that because that is where the strength of all these foreign football cultures that we watch on TV, especially from Europe, comes from. That forum, the Rock Forum, is based in Liverpool. You know, the people who go to the Rock Forum became writers. Paul Tompkins, he is a football writer that preceded this whole data age in football analysis.
Oh, I hate it when he.
Alright.
I mean, this was.
Tak, because Paul Tompkins, point dia panjang ni. Tapi dia punya karangan panjang ni. Lepas tu point dia yang panjang ni tu, dia split macam tu. Okay? So that's his thing. But the thing is, football writing then became something that grew beyond football journalism. Tiba-tiba fandom, you know what, we can write about this. Let's just do a blog. We don't have to publish a book. And then the blog got a lot of followers. And then they go like, you know what, let's monetize this because I'm not well. I can run the blog only because I'm not well and I'm sitting at home. So we need to pay you. Okay, let's do a subscription to pay for that. So those kind of things evolve. So that was what I saw with Rock. So this kind of supporterhood, this kind of communal thing, ada banyak dekat sana because of course the football history and heritage is there. So kalau benda tu kita boleh replicate kat sini using whatever medias we have now, like this show is an example of that. Then benda ni boleh grow lah. And when you can see there's a lot of passion going into it, and the values that line up with the passion happens to kena with some random kid in, say, I don't know, Ohio or say some Japanese town, then they might just go like, Terengganu ni style gak sebenarnya, and they would just follow the blog, you know.
Betul.
That's how it happens.
True. Just to add on, when Myron was running, we have a weekly back then, weekly viewing party.
Yep.
In a pub. So happened that pub on weekends got no business.
Oh.
Yeah, their main business is on the weekdays.
Oh, okay.
So weekends, so it's a good win-win for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
We get a venue.
We get a venue. We say must always play Liverpool, and they're like, I get business, right? And of course we negotiated
Rates,
happy hour
yeah.
rates and all that stuff. First day, first match. There, so they were like, I will never forget this, right? They're like, sure or not, people gonna turn up. I was like, don't worry. About 100 turn up. Before kick-off, beer habis.
Oh.
Wow.
So they were like, so how? I was like, you asking me? You're the pub owner.
That's right.
Dude, go and borrow or something. I don't know. Dude, go and then I got people who we used to know from those days. Say, hey, I come from you. I'm buying this. I'm spending tonight. I said, did you hear that? Go sort this out now. So before kickoff, beer habis.
And it was curated, yeah. He would be the host more often than not. You would make sure that they will burn CDs with we came from a time
We
we burned
gave
CDs.
away those CDs.
And then you gave away the CDs of Liverpool songs and lyrics.
CD
the chants,
And lyrics and the chants.
Yeah,
Alright?
and lyrics. Yeah.
And the lyrics. And then depending on the sponsors that week, we will just say, okay, halftime, let's just play a little game, and then you just have giveaways.
Yeah, all these sponsors are actually for fellow fans who work for this company, that company. We have a few that works in event industry, so they have a lot of premiums from their clients that
Not claim ke extra ke apa ke.
extra whatever. So, well, I'll get a call. Say, hey, dude, I have lots of this. I think T-shirt or towel in the shape of a football.
Yeah.
Right, I won't name the brand. They just put the water and just come up and become a towel. So, yeah,
I got that one.
and then the tool knife.
I got that one. So
It's like, I have about hundreds of those. Yeah, bring. So those days, you come to our viewing party, you get dog gifts,
Wow.
right? And
tak ada fee eh. You just buy from the whatever pub.
yeah, you just spend.
You just spend.
So you get door gifts, and one of the friend I know, it's Bert's friend. She works for a wine agent. So Torres was playing. So she saw Torres wine. So she took a few bottles of Torres wine. So to give away for against the score. Once, I'm not sure if you remember, a lady came, Cynthia. I'm not sure she's still around or she's still in Malaysia. She was the MD of Chanel. So she sponsored the Chanel Sports.
Oh, that's very nice.
I remember because I had to go to the office to pick it up. So we had a lot of people like that, right? My proudest moment was in Rock itself. So there's a thread to say where to watch Liverpool around the world.
Yep. I read that. Yeah. At one point.
Anywhere you're in the world.
Yes,
just go to
dalam
that thread,
Liverpool
you just
punya
search,
forum tu ada.
They'll tell you where to watch.
In fact, they have, that's a dedicated thread.
Yeah.
So it will be updated from time to time. Pubs, where to watch Liverpool. It's just a thread that says in Rock, where to watch Liverpool, and then you tengok kalau kau dekat China, kat Thailand ke apa ke,
Myanmar, not just Bangkok, yeah. Let's say
just all over the
in
world.
some small town, you search, someone will reply.
Yeah, and then it will
We
be
will mention.
it will be Liverpool fans from regardless wherever traveling to that particular country, finding that pub usually by accident, usually by any, and then they share.
I remember we
It's
were
a network.
mentioned, and then someone, but it's always Bert, right? I hope he's not watching. He's in New Zealand now, so he got in touch with some guy who flew in, had like 1-2 nights in KL for work, and then he got to fly off. Wants to watch Liverpool. He picked the guy up from the airport. From the hotel. Came over to this pub, and then he was like, "Don't you guys work? Have you guys been to Anfield?" No, we will ask questions like that.
Yeah.
Right? Because that guy's from Liverpool.
Yeah.
He's been to Anfield many times.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Wait, Liverpool fan? None of you have been
Bit
to
to
Anfield."
Anfield, yeah.
No. And you wake up at 3 o'clock to watch a European game. Yes. He could not believe
Brain.
this. He's like,
Sampai hari ni.
I can't wrap my head around this. You have no affinity to the
City to the country.
just the football club. And you wake up 3 o'clock in the morning to watch a European game, go back to sleep or whatever, and go to work. They were like, sometimes I don't even watch it at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, they. If you go to forums, I can only speak for Liverpool. This is a huge issue because season ticket holders yang dah been on the queue for 15, 20 years, finally getting their season tickets, they applied when they were like say 24. They got it when they're like 44. Anak 3. So like, okay, this is a realization of a lifelong dream, but I'm not the 24-year-old anymore. That person has evolved into this guy. So he gets a seat at the stand ke, Dalglish stand ke, Klopp ke, duduk. Dia nyanyi bila dia nak nyanyi je lah. So now bila the stadium atmosphere, and this is the first time in my 30 years close to 30 years support Liverpool, boleh dengar macam, okay, Anfield is silent. Anfield is not noisy enough.
It's happening
more often than now. Up until before COVID, I cannot hear other clubs in Anfield. So, and then the discussions semua jatuh kat sini lah, and a lot of people in the forums, especially Rock, dia akan gaduh lah macam, oh, you need to put in locals, and then a local will actually reply, yeah, I'm a 44-year-old, I finally got my season ticket, but I'm too old or whatever, I cannot scream anymore, blah 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 blah. And then there will be some locals yang tak travel like this dude that you say like macam, this is because they have this hospitality seats, banyak foreigner datang tengok, and they would pay the price, blah blah blah. It's priced out for the locals. It's nothing to do with that, I know. So it's priced out for the locals. So now they said they will just cheer. They only know Salah song. They don't know this song and that song and whatever song. And then macam ada orang yang pula kata, then you are responsible for that. You if you are there, it means you are there for God knows how long. Means you are responsible to bring it up again and again. And then it always goes back and forth. And that exact story by Jono is an example of this, where they go like, wow, we don't understand this phenomenon. And it's the same for United, especially Real Madrid, Barca, maybe AC Milan, and I would say just these clubs. Arsenal I cannot say because it's a London club. So they akan marketed. And Arsenal, if you go back to 70s and 80s, you don't find the fervor and the fans macam ni. They are less vocal or less
That's a reason.
It's a generational thing. So
Highbury is known as a library. That's a reason.
there's
for
at
that.
that time.
Even Emirates also at one point.
Emirates is big. It's different. Emirates is big. For you to have a 60,000 stadium shaped that way to be loud, susah bai. Camp Nou pun tak bising.
But the thing is this. You see, about Arsenal, Highbury is a very narrow pitch.
Narrow pitch. And the stands
Arsenal
is right
Wenger
next to the pitch.
Specifically, want Emirates to be wider because
That's the football he wants to play.
Yeah, that's football.
Itu you kena tahu.
Expensive football.
You kena tahu. Yeah.
So Wenger during Highbury days, he was very limited because narrow, good for the wingers, 4-4-2,
Yes,
bomb down,
yes.
cross.
And you are not tired. You can come back.
Yeah, and then Wenger wants to play expensive football, so that's why it's wider.
Wider. It was the widest pitch when it was completed at that point in time.
Okay, I want to come back to Liverpool a bit lah. Let's go to a bit of predictions. So I want to talk about Liverpool now. So
Oh,
you guys are
no more
playing-
history.
Tak,
They call us history channel. Yeah.
tak. Sekarang dah ada orang lain take over.
Yeah.
Apparently young United fans right now. I
no
kena
lah, that
God.
That one
God.
comedy channel.
Oh, that one. Dia cakap bukan aku cakap. Alright. You guys can take the history channel now if you want. I would like to keep it, to be honest with you. I'm very proud of our history.
Yeah, when I was growing up, Liverpool was known as the history channel lah selalu.
Tak, dia bila orang menang, tu lah dia ejek. Tu je.
Betul.
Dah 20 years plus tak menang kan.
30.
Kan? 30. When we won, it was ngam-ngam 30 years. I think that was why we won it that year. I think I messaged you when we won kan. We needed it to be 30.
Actually, I did not want it to be 30 because 68 to 92, it's 20 odd years. We broke the record.
Oh. Okay, fine.
Right? We were longer.
Yeah.
So Liverpool this season, you guys are playing Bournemouth at the weekend. So what's your thoughts?
Solanke, bro.
Solanke tengah form.
No, I think he has found his feet with the club that gave him the space and time to find his feet. And strikers are a breed of players that need that. And playmakers. And he never fitted in a Klopp team. Sorry.
Yeah, I was very happy when we got him because highly rated, came from Chelsea. You know,
Chelsea youth is very good.
and at that time he was on the brink of the first team.
Yep.
At Chelsea also.
He was from the class of Callum Hudson-Odoi and the other dude that went to I think Bayern, yang winger tu.
Terbaik.
No, that's what Hudson-Odoi lah. There's another player I think.
Also double name punya apa ni.
Kan double name. Sorry Chelsea fans.
So he did not score a goal.
He only scored one goal at the last game.
The last game of the
We
season,
spoke about this.
right? So even Robo scored. I mean, we were just talking about that. Even Robo scored.
He was in that generation as Jordan Ibe semua kan.
No.
No.
IB
He
was
was
just
a
one
little
before.
bit older.
IB was a little bit older.
No, younger.
IB is old. I don't. You know what? I don't know. Honestly I don't really care.
But he was in the first team.
Solanke was in Solanke first team.
Yeah,
Yes, correct.
So
Solanke
in
first
that
team.
sense, he found his feet. I think for Solanke, he needs to drop to the championship to fit.
To find like this is how my football is.
Yeah.
This is how I play the game. This is how my body works. And then after that, slowly take it up to ni.
Betul.
Because in Liverpool, even if you can do that, kau masuk kau nak kena salah, but you have to figure out the tactical where you when you run and when you don't run,
it's a
when
bit
you press.
unfair
It's a
for
bit
him.
unfair for him.
You know, you're thrown in. We were just talking about this about
Like a few days ago.
Elliot.
Elliot.
Right? Yeah. Right. So
Saya
so
tak suka Elliot.
it's
That's okay. Why? He's quite good, right?
Separate conversation.
so when he's thrown in, you're expected to find a goal.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a little bit unfair for him.
Yeah.
Sorry. Same with Graham Brewster.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I rate him. Right. Scored a bucketful in under 23 on loan and all that, but I think he has no senior goal, Premier League goal as yet. So maybe they need to drop the division.
Get the confidence.
Maybe that's their level, or get their confidence and all that. So back to Bournemouth.
Prediction.
Yeah.
I will take a 1-0. That's it.
1-0.
That is how scared I am. Basically, this is what I told him when we
But we know what's going to happen. We're going to go 1-0 down.
Yes, sir.
At 20th minute.
Okay.
And then go into halftime 1-0 down. You and I were like, that's it, right? And then
we're gonna play for another 15 minutes. Nothing happens.
at 65th minute.
Then Jota comes on.
Someone
Or
takes a
Nunez
shot,
comes on.
deflection masuk 1-1.
Okay lah.
And
you
then
hope
suddenly
for
boom, win 3-1.
Yeah.
that. Like for me, I told
If
him.
that happens, ni nombor.
What was the last league game that we had? Before the Arsenal FA Cup.
Arsenal.
No, ni last
Newcastle.
Newcastle. Okay, fine. So what I wanted to say is this: after we got the Newcastle result, I told him we have played 20 games, and this is how I always seen the Premier League. punya race, title race. Whatever you do, get into the 20th game within striking
There or
distance.
thereabouts.
There or thereabouts.
Okay.
And then what you do is the next 10 games is the most important period. If you come out of it matching your rivals' results, then that last 8 games becomes manageable. If you come out of it not within striking distance anymore, it's not going to work out. Because it's all about momentum. It's all about being able to catch up from behind, or can you play ahead of everyone, and then, you know, having the mental fortitude and all that.
If you look back all these seasons, January, February is pretty much where the leagues is won and lost.
Won and lost, yeah.
So many teams that were leading. I mean, we were the first team that was that led in Christmas. That
And then we
lost.
never won.
Never
Yeah,
won.
we did not win. Lose by one
Right.
point.
No.
But we lost the league. We know that. Yeah.
So that is the because you have December
To January.
festive. You got I remember one year there's
And-
6 games in December.
Yeah, and kita
That's
tak.
the 6th of the season.
Dah lah kita tak ada winter break.
Now there's a
Now
winter break.
what?
Finally.
So you go into that, and then comes Feb, we're still in the Carabao Cup, and then European comes back. So you are getting to the serious side business side of things,
Yeah,
right?
and then it's about momentum and pacing yourself.
Yeah.
So,
So
what do you guys see on your squad depth at this moment?
it's pretty good. I like it.
I'm not gonna say it's very good. I'm saying it's good and I like it. And I love Joe Gomez at left back. Tolong lah, cut in, score.
He has not scored a senior goal
Yeah,
ever.
but in
He's
okay
coming
lah.
close. He's
He
coming
has
I think you
he
have
has
the
had
best front
some
line.
No.
front line.
Are you
Front line-
confusing- you're
front line in
confusing
totality.
with the Firminos,
attacking midfielder.
Mane.
Now
No,
it's
in
not-
attack, I think we may be equal by stats ke, by whatever measure with City, yes. But frontline alone, City is better because they will always play well together. They have their very consistent play patterns, and no matter how you park the bus, you put a train on top of a plane in front of the bus, and then you put a gate, they will play triangles and pass around, and then somehow that
There will be a
half
channel.
that half channel will open, and De Bruyne will either thread the ball through, or Bernardo Silva will sneak in. Things like that will happen. So
They actually what they play is very close to total football. If you look at it,
no,
You
it
know,
is
the way-
because
you know,
it is juego de posición, positional play. You play the position according to the lines that you have drawn. So that's it. If you this is why I say I don't like Elliot, and this is a big criticism I have for Klopp football daripada dulu sampai sekarang. You don't play that channel. The moment the full back and the centre back buka je, we don't play there. So we play triangles. Trent akan lari, the 8 will be here, Salah will be here, but this is open and nobody makes that run. You see City makes that run so
we don't
often.
have anyone to make that run. Who?
Now I feel we do, because we have Curtis Jones, Gravenberch on the left, and we have a Soboslai on the right. But even if we do, we don't play that way, at least not yet. And I feel that is the fact that we don't play that way, but we will always try to pass it through and then lob it over. I don't know. I don't like that, but maybe because I watched a lot of Pep's Barca. And even though the football is very different, and
Players are very different.
Players very different, and then Pep's Barca and City is very different. That whole channel thing is very consistent in all his teams. So
But what makes you think that we are the strongest?
that's very
Alright,
interesting, lah.
yeah.
Kita orang are very realistic. We know that.
You have Jota, you have
Darwin
Salah.
Nunes.
Darwin Nunes,
Gakpo.
you have Gakpo.
And Diaz.
Yes.
Okay.
Fantastic. These 5 can walk into any Premier League.
Yeah,
team.
but then again, let me put it out there, right? Because we watch Liverpool enough,
Yeah.
right? So I'll put it out there. These 5, right? Jota, Salah, Gakpo, Nunes, and Diaz. Who would you put your money down to score a goal?
Salah.
He's in AFCON.
Yeah, gone. Exactly that. That's why I was just
So that's why I'm very surprised.
yeah.
No, but
When
everybody
you
is
say
their
we
share.
have a strong.
Okay,
front
that
line.
is a fair remark. I agree with you totally on that. One thing that this front 5 has that any Klopp front 5 or front 3 or front 4 never had is the fact that Jota can go left, Nunes can come right, Cody Gakpo can drop deep into an 8,
More
Salah
flexible,
can Mo can go inside, and Mo seldom, but he can drop deep behind the front striker. Yes, that has never happened in a Klopp team. You go to Mainz, you go to Dortmund, you will never see that. You go to Klopp Liverpool in whatever incarnation, he cannot replace like for like in the prime Mane, Firmino, Salah time. This one, he can, to the point that he even dares to play Gakpo on the 8. Because he has Harvey Elliott on the right. When I would argue with him, no, you put Gakpo or Diaz on the right, and then you play lah the Soboslai on the right, on the 8 ke apa benda ke. Regardless, he has that. But if you see how they play right now, the way they get wins from behind will always be towards the end of the game. Teams are tired, and then substitutions or not, it is players making the most of that particular situation at that point in time. Jota making a good run, a clever run, Nunes getting a lucky bounce, or they held their composure. The opposing team makes a mistake, and then they capitalize on the chance. It's never the kind of goal that a City would score. It's okay, we'll pass them to death. We'll manufacture that opening. The first time, ada last minute tackle. Fine, we'll do it again. Oh, ada header. Fine, we'll do it again. A different player comes in. And then they get the goal. Faham tak? So, that was what United, I felt the treble United had. Like that inevitability, they will do the same thing. Even though it doesn't get the same results and it borders on insanity, 2 minutes before 90th minute, they get the goal. We do that, but we don't do it that way. We'll be like, okay, siapa dapat bola ni? Diaz. Okay, Diaz, kau buat. Okay, kau buat. Kalau kau lepas, tiba-tiba dunia kat sana. You know, it feels that way.
That's why a lot of people don't rate Liverpool, because a lot of the goals that we score look lucky.
Look lucky or feels like
makes sense.
it feels like Diaz memang lah dia boleh gol. Faham tak? It feels that way.
Dia terlepas.
Dia terlepas atau
That's why you got it.
or you go like macam
Exactly.
Gakpo memang dia boleh makan macam tu. It feels that way. It's not like City macam I knew it. Walker is going to cut inside, Mahrez is going to run down,
And then someone's
going
gonna
to tap in. You don't feel that way with us. So in terms of player for player, I would agree with any debate that says okay, it's the best front five ke apa ke. Yeah, no issues.
Is the
But-
Arsenal front five better than Liverpool?
What front five? We only have front
Front
three.
5?
We only have front three.
You want about?
We have
No,
Saka,
I think-
Martinelli, and Jesus. Or when he's back lah. Or mainly Nketiah.
Kita ada Nketiah bang.
Nketiah. That's it. If these guys are
I would
gone,
not take any one of those.
Saka, come on. Saka is okay.
That's a very fair
Saka
remark. He's been
over
very
Salah.
nice. He's been very nice. I expected him to be a bit more passionate.
Salah, Jota.
No, I mean for like. I think when they say anyone would you take, I think it's not to replace. Like if there's anyone that's good enough to me, I would take Saka over Elliott. I made the statement.
Yeah,
over
maybe you're
Elliott,
biased.
Yeah, I'm biased, but yeah.
Saka is
No,
really
because Saka melekat, bola melekat, and he doesn't avoid going into the channel.
Yeah,
But I know it's a tactical thing, so Elliott will not go into the channel. Even if he wants to, he cannot outrun Oni. Saka can, fine. But like again, Jonas right, I'm biased. But I will take Saka over Elliott. But I will take Saka.
this conversation last
But I
time.
will take Saka only over Elliott.
Okay.
So if you ask me to take Saka over the 5,
I would say because
oh, tak boleh bro.
because at the end of the day, y'all punya 5 dah tua kan. Like
Which 5? The 5 that we just said?
yeah, besides Nunes and Diaz.
Nunes is young, Diaz is young.
Nunes.
Gakpo is young.
yeah.
Jota's young.
Okay, Gakpo.
Jota is mid to late 20s.
No, Jota's about 25.
26.
No, 26,
Saka
26.
is only what? 21, 22? Right?
Okay, so I think you secara mungkin tak sengaja have gone into the argument. That is the problem with the United with the Arsenal front three. It's
Yeah.
not a problem, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Betul.
Experience.
Betul.
Okay?
I agree.
And it's not just experience, it's the fact that you do not have a composition of very different skill sets.
Yeah.
Where you cannot get Niels Miles, apa?
Who is that?
The one that started on the left on the FA Cup game.
Nielsen.
Yeah.
Reece Nelson.
Reece Nelson. The moment you don't have him, he's the second choice to Martinelli.
Yes.
Martinelli makan luar, tolak makan dalam. That's it.
Trossard is the second choice.
Trossard.
Trossard. So the profile of your players are not mostly the same because it's
Yeah.
very effective in cultivating that play style. It's like for like.
Again
Liverpool
lah, yeah.
is very different because Jurgen punya this a little bit of chaos in there where Diaz will play differently when he goes to the right. Diaz will play differently when they are changing shape, so he comes into the channel for the left back to overlap.
Yeah.
So if his left back is Robo, he will play differently than when his left back is apa nama ni? Gomez.
You guys have a plan B and C lah. Macam kita
It's
tak
not
ada.
a plan B and C. It's the fact that the profile of the players you play masa
It's
Klopp.
it's knowing what your teammates gonna do.
going to do, and then like okay, if we need to play this style, our players need to be able to play this style, and if we are changing this style to a different style, that same player will be able to change their play style to play this different play style.
Betul.
And then the profile of the two eights that we have. So you have your Gravenberg dengan Curtis Jones on the left. You have your Soboslai and whomever on the right. I wish it was McAllister. And then you have Endo McAllister in the center. So these two eights are interchangeable.
No,
They can go up.
16 players now.
Tadi siapa kata kau cakap kan? Okay, anyway, so you have different profiles of players so that the skill sets are more like mix and match.
Yeah.
That's why Klopp yang tak pernah play substitution even last season, yang aku rasa semua orang tarik rambut sebab tu botak tak lagu orang. He now goes like not working we second half first 10 minutes not working okay 57 minutes you guys come in, I'm not going to waste any more
But
time.
the thing is,
He has
the
that.
difference back then and now is now we have the players to do that.
Yeah, dulu tak ada.
Last season, it's like for like.
It's like for like, okay? And it's not just like for like, You do not want a like for like when your midfield is utilitarian. Hendo and Fabinho and Gini Wijnaldum. Because what that would mean is, your front three, kalau dia tak buat kerja, seorang off form, you are gone.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you need this brilliant rearguard action to make sure you don't leak stupid goals. And then you need Trent to make assists every single time, and Robo has the engine to run up, cross the ball, get inside, and then come back, defend, cover belakang.
Yeah.
Cannot. That is not how you play football. That's why Pep is successful in City. He can manage that, but it's not fair for the rest of the world because, I don't have a car. Kyle Walker is injured. Okay, I have another 70 million, 16 million, insert whatever million player to play exactly the same thing because the profile he can afford to buy.
Yeah.
And bukan dia boleh afford to buy, tahun ni aku beli seorang, tahun depan aku beli seorang. Dia macam, aku beli tahun ni, tapi gaji dia tak nak. Dia tahun depan gaji dia murah sikit. Tak apalah, kita bayarlah gaji mahal. Oh, tapi itu left back dia tak ada duit. Oh, tak apa, beli lah left back sekali. He gets to do that. So that will never be fair. FFP or non-FFP, it will never be fair. So,
But then again, we were doing that in the 80s.
no, we weren't. This is where it's not. What we did in the 80s was very similar to what Ferguson did after he took. There's a reason why Ferguson's Winners' Cup win saved his job. Because 3 to 4 years leading up to that, he felt that he needed to spend like how we spent, but he was not getting the same successes. So it's not quite that. It's not quite that.
It's different quantum.
Satu is different quantum, but two, we were not buying a Kenny Dalglish, a Graham Souness, and then a Steve Nicol along with the Tommy Lawrence in the same season. We never did that. We never did that.
It wasn't a thing then.
And it was never a thing because the moment you bought the Kenny Dalglish, job done for the year, man.
For the next 5 years.
For the next 5 years, because then the rest of the team, wow, we got Kenny Dalglish.
Exactly.
Sekarang lain. You buy a Paul Pogba and you're gonna go like, itu Paul Pogba.
Tak cukup.
Apa tak cukup? Left back siapa kena cover? Alah, Mamat ni mana boleh pakai.
That's why I say
It's very different. It's very
So that's where I'm going to come next. So do you guys think you can win the league?
Can? Yes. Will? I don't know. I will wait until the 30th game and then I will make a
If
prediction.
you are a betting man now,
If not, it's
If I make a betting man now, you bet on Man City chasing us lah. They just beat Newcastle 3-2 with the last minute goal. This is the profile of people who are going to stop Newcastle outside of us.
yeah.
We scored 2-1 and then Newcastle starts asking questions. Takut lah. Cannot. It's not that we want to rely on them making results. It's the fact that that is how everyone plays against City. And if, older fans that did not like, older Arsenal fans, dia kata, yelah sama lah. Kita kejar United dulu. Clubs are not fighting, are not standing toe-to-toe to United when they can. That's why Gerrard, in that Aston Villa game that he lost 3-2, he said that, fight, lawan. When Liverpool had that season where we almost won, Coutinho scored the third goal kat City, he said that,
yes.
go, show balls, go and play them. The fact that they keep the ball away from you for 80 minutes in a game doesn't mean that you can't play football and doesn't mean you should roll over. But clubs do that.
That's true.
But clubs do that. That's how United won a lot back then. When the random Paulo one-shot goal from a derby won, it's just because it's derby, they did not expect it.
John?
I think head or heart? Head say
Liverpool, of course lah Liverpool. No, heart say Liverpool lah. Head confirm City.
Head. No, the thing is, you see, this is how I see it.
Dia dah ada experience kerja di belakang. That's it.
The whole world is expecting United City
City.
to win.
Yeah.
Right, the whole world.
Yeah.
Lebih-lebih lagi, after the Newcastle match,
Betul.
right? Because I tell you at halftime the whole thing, that's it,
Yeah.
right?
When De Bruyne is back lagi.
Yeah, and then the Bola scored that one. Everyone got like, ooh,
You know
damn, right? But
He is a tackle away.
Alisson's injured.
He is a tackle away.
But I have a sneaky feeling.
I don't mean that City fans. I love De Bruyne. De Bruyne is in my all-time first 11. FYI.
I have a sneaky feeling City punya wobble belum sampai.
Don't say.
You knew I'm going to say that. No.
Diam. Okay.
No,
That's why I said 10
yes,
games.
jinxed it.
Just do not.
No.
Alah.
Sekarang
Alah.
So what
What?
about Arsenal?
Arsenal. We're chasing.
We'll see
Okay.
lah, we'll see lah.
Arsenal, I feel, when they drew Liverpool last season, that was their wobble, because they could not recover from an unexpected setback. But it's not about the fact that they were not expecting to be set back against Liverpool and they felt that they could win. That's not the point. My point is they did not expect that they could not recover from it, because they felt that the momentum they had for the entire season with a very young squad, led beautifully by Odegaard. I wish we could buy him. Oh man, if we bought him. If we buy him, you can play Elliot in the starting lineup. I don't care. Alright?
And
Okay.
Elliot
The
was
level
scoring
of
20
hatred
goals.
for Elliot.
Yes, he is right. Okay, and I will like Elliot and I will remember tonight. Anyway, the team did not have the mental fortitude and resilience to not recover, but to learn what went wrong
You
and how
don't
to
have a
fix
senior
it.
statesman in the middle. You
Even-
don't have a Millie.
And
No, seriously.
you basically needed 3 more
And
Zakas.
everyone.
You needed 3 more Zakas last year.
Yeah.
Even if they don't start, you needed 3 more Zakas.
Betul.
So this year, you tak ada the Zaka. That last year, whatever you learned is learned by a bunch of very young team. So if this team wins the title in 3 years, it's because of this current 2 seasons. Last 2 seasons. But that is the reason why Arsenal mungkin tak menang this year.
I think it's a bit too early for them.
It's a bit
To
too
be
early.
honest.
Honestly, yeah.
And I feel if Wenger was here, what he would consider doing, I love Wenger. I love his first grade team and both his second grade team, and I rate his first grade team better than his second one, even though the second one is of course better lah. Kalau dia pegang Arsenal sekarang, he would consider buying a flair playmaker player, Mesut Ozil,
Betul.
because that is your insurance policy. The moment you cannot out triangle, out positional play, whatever,
Put him in.
ataupun he
Normal
starts
magic.
exactly, because you don't have that.
But coming back to if Wenger is still Arsenal manager, say last season, this season. Last season,
Dia dah menang.
January, you would have won. He would have gone out
Bought somebody,
and
Yeah.
buy one.
dah menang dah.
When you guys go, why we need him for his 35? And you would have won.
And then
because of
tiba-tiba
others.
macam that one game,
Kim Kallstrom.
Forever.
With the backing, and he should
that
get
one year when
Yeah.
he was really good, he was good enough. I'm not saying he's great lah, but Kallstrom, however you pronounce it.
Kallstrom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
League, I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
Liverpool menang no?
I said what I said just now.
Jangan kita cakap Liverpool menang.
Liverpool menang.
I didn't say that.